Come into the kitchen with me. We'll cook up something yummy, savory, spicy, or sweet, to satisfy your tummy each and every week. It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for In the Kitchen with Miss Paula Harmonica Mama, and it's gonna be yummy. Hello, and welcome to another edition of In the Kitchen with Miss Paula Harmonica Mama. And it's going to be a couple of days late, but as promised, I am remaking my spaghetti squash baked spaghetti. Okay? All right. And I do have my camera phone charged this time, so we are ready to go. I'm going to pause you just a minute so I can get a better shot of the cutting board here. Okay. These little boogers can be kind of difficult to cut, and we're going to have to cut it in half. So one trick that I've learned along the way, I can't get my hair to quit flopping, is to put it in the microwave for about 3 minutes, but I got to poke some holes in it. So I'm going to poke some holes in these, and I bought 2 of them because they're kind of small. So I'm just going to go around the sides here and poke some holes. And you just need to poke them in like that. Several of them. If you want to get out some aggression, you can poke it hard. I'm not really trying to be a Midwestern mom, but I think it's cute when she takes out her aggressions on squashing up stuff. Okay, here we go. All right, so then we'll stick them in the oven, not the oven, in the microwave for 3 minutes. So I will be right back with you when the 3 minutes is up. Okay, let's get them out of the microwave here. Here's one. And 2. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here and we are going to get these suckers cut up. Oh, they're not super hot. But they are a little bit. I'm going to cut the stem end off. Whoops. Okay. If I could use it easier if I put it on, right? And I have my baking sheet over here. I'm going to turn them upside down. Knives. There we go. Okay. Now that's not very even, as you can see. So this one will probably get done first. And the thicker ones take just a little bit longer. Okay, so here they are. They are ready to go in the oven, and we will, or I will, see you again in about 20 minutes. See you later. Okay, so I put those things in the oven, and then it dawned on me I hadn't scraped the seeds out. So I've already scraped a couple of them out. And I like using this kind of spoon. It works really well for scraping the seeds out. And so you want to scrape all these seeds out before you put them in the oven and bake them. So that's what we're going to do here. I'll put it down on a paper towel. And that way, I don't have as big of a cleanup. So you want it clear like that. I'm going to take that seed off of there. It doesn't want to come off. Okay. So they're going to go in the oven for about 20 minutes. So I'll be back with you in 20 minutes. Okay. Alexa's timer went off, so let's check on our spaghetti squash. Okay, here we go. We'll pull it out a little bit. Let's see how they kind of squish. When and that's what they look like when they come out too. So, I'm gonna shove that in. I'm gonna grab my other hot pack here. Oops. All right. That's what they're looking like, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so our next step is going to be scraping the insides out of, whoo, they're hot. And it's okay if they're a little brown like that one is. Okay. Right, so we're just going to, we'll put it in this bowl. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to hold on to it here. And scrape the insides out. Get it there really good. These mitts are great. This stuff's really hot. Of course, you could wait for it to cool down a little bit, I guess. You see how it kind of looks like spaghetti? That's why they call it spaghetti squash. It's also kind of tasty on its own. Now, this is, whoops, one of Bernie's, like I said before, one of his favorite things that I make. And this will count as one of our, that's a little bit slippery there, as one of our meatless meals this week. Okay. Like I've said before, we try to eat a couple of meatless meals a week, and a fish, chicken, something like that. Just, you know, have beef just a couple of times. And we did have beef and pork sliders. I did pulled pork, but I also made some hamburger sliders last week on Monday. And then Tuesday we had fish. We went to a harmonica club and we went into Huntington and ate at Jewel City Cafe. So if you're ever in Huntington, West Virginia, that is a really, really good place to eat. They have the fish flown in pretty much daily, and they had walleye on the menu, and they advertised it on their Facebook page, but by the time we got there, they had no more walleye. And so here's something weird. Just about any time that I go out to eat, there's something on there. If there's something on the menu I really want, they're out of it. It happens about 8 times out of 10. Okay, we got one more to do here. Well, see how that just comes out just so nicely, and it kind of strings out like good old spaghetti. All right. I'm going to pause you while I finish cleaning this out, and then I'll get my casserole dish set up. Now this one's not too bad, but sometimes they have a tendency to be really wet, and it makes the baked spaghetti kind of watery. So I put it in my cute little colander here, and I am getting a little bit of extra water out. I'm going to set that right there, and then we'll put the, I'm paranoid about losing the camera again, so I'm making sure it's on. Okay, so we will just put back in the bowl here. All right. And now I'm going to bring my casserole dish back over here. I have already oiled it with some good old virgin olive oil. So then what I do is I kind of layer stuff. All right, so here I have some homemade spaghetti sauce. I'll put it up here so you can see it. Okay, so I have homemade spaghetti sauce. And on one of these times, I will show you how I make. Oops, there's a bay leaf in there I didn't get out. And there's another one. I'm going to put that one in this one. Okay. So I'm going to put, so with the spaghetti sauce. But what I want to do is I want to wait and see how my Roma tomatoes do this year. Because I do like to start with fresh tomatoes. So we will see how that goes. Okay. So I put some of that sauce in the bottom of the casserole dish. And then I'm going to put I think it's going to take all of it, yeah. I'm not going to be able to layer this one a whole lot, just because even though I had 2 of them, the spaghetti squash was small. So then I spread that spaghetti squash over the spaghetti sauce. And then I am going to put a little bit of cheese in there. Just going to kind of put both mozzarella and cheddar. Oh, and I forgot my parm. Okay, we'll put a little bit of parm on it. And then we'll put another layer of spaghetti sauce on it. I gotta get another bay leaf out. All right. And then we're going to put some more cheese on top. It'll make it super cheesy. And I know it doesn't really make it low-cal when I put all this cheese on it, but it's pretty darn good that way. And you know, if you want to make it vegan, you could use vegan cheese. There's actually a couple of brands out there that melt pretty good, but I can't remember the name of them right now. Kaylee was had to go dairy free while she was pregnant and nursing her children. We'll try the other side. It'll go a little bit faster, I think. Kind of clumps up there. Okay. So, into the oven this will go. Now my sauce is already hot, so I only need to leave it in there long enough for the cheese to melt and for it to bubble up a little bit. So it is in the oven, and I'll be back with you when we get it out. And okay, I think it's time to take it out. Hang on just a second here. Okay, I got it out of the oven. And it looks yummy. Okay, here we go. Hang on a second. Let's get a different angle here. That's a purple finch on his phone from our Birdify thing that you hear going on in the background. That is probably the most fun thing that we have purchased. That was our Christmas present to each other. Doesn't it sound pretty? It just sounds so cute. Okay. So here's some nice ooey gooey stuff. He's going to take a quick bite, and then he is going to head to, hang on a second, he's going to head to his appointment. So, but here we go. All right. Yeah, you need to get over here a little bit.
Here we are.
Let me get up a little bit more. Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Here we go. I'm gonna take a bite of some of my favorite stuff here. Oh, and the birds are singing. Mmm. Delicious. Delicious.
Yummy.
Yummy, yummy.
All right. Yeah. That's fun. It is. I'm gonna get myself a little bite here. But yeah, this is one of our favorites. And some garlic toast, that kind of good stuff. And I usually sprinkle Parmesan cheese on top of it too. Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's great.
and it keeps really well. I've never had enough left over though to know if it freezes or not. But we've usually, been able to cover it up and have it again the next day. So that's probably what we're going to do in this case before it goes bad. So I got to cook chicken. All right, we'll see you later. Hey, you're gonna feel like throwing confetti when you make yourself a batch of spaghetti, squash spaghetti. Well, it's time to say goodbye and remind you to please subscribe, please comment, and please share. And we will see you, or I will see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye. Love y'all.